Welcome to Lesson 10 of MySci Unit 15, Observing Weather Patterns. In Lesson 10, students will answer the question, what do we need to know about weather-related hazards? Students will learn about severe weather events and the hazards they present. They figure out that meteorologists use weather reports to predict severe weather and alert communities about severe weather hazards. In the Engage portion of this lesson, students will discuss what severe weather is, specifically focusing on tornadoes, which is relevant to the Midwest region. Students will read the book Tornadoes by Gail Gibbons. Refer to this read-aloud guide found in the teacher pages for additional guidance. This resource can be used to help students understand how tornadoes form from the collision of warm, moist air and cooler air, how tornadoes are classified by wind speed and damage using the Fujita scale, the location where severe tornadoes occur within the most frequency, known as Tornado Alley, and how warning systems can be used to help protect people from tornadoes. In the Explore portion of this lesson, students will use nonfiction library books or Newsella articles to continue their conversations about severe weathering, including hurricanes, tornadoes, thunderstorms, heat waves, drought, lightning, hailstorms, dust storms, blizzards, and floods. Students will choose or be assigned a severe weather event, research that event, and write a paper, or create a poster or oral presentation. Students will use the rubric in their student journal to understand the criteria for their paper, poster, or presentation. As an enrichment challenge, students can also complete the MySci Hour of Code Stormy Science activity to learn about how simulations can be used to model severe weather events, such as thunderstorms. This activity is self-guided. If students wish, they can create a model of their severe weather event using the coding game Scratch. In the Explain portion of this lesson, students will share their work by presenting to the class, engaging in a gallery walk, or reading their papers in small groups. Once students have completed their presentations, they will discuss how weather hazards are related to weather and climate, and how weather can be predicted. Students should recognize that weather tools can be used to create reports that help warn communities about weather hazards. In the Elaborate portion of this lesson, students will compare the weather hazards for similarities and differences. Project the weather hazard grid or create a similar grid on the whiteboard. Students check off the events that are associated with each type of severe weather. In the Evaluate portion of this lesson, students will complete a formative assessment. Students will choose one of the severe weather hazards that could happen where they live and explain one thing that they could do to stay safe if the hazard were to occur. Students will share their ideas with a partner and finally the class. They will also revisit the flood photo they observed at the beginning of the unit. By the end of this lesson, students will have identified and described types of severe weather events.